All right, people, welcome back again. Thanks. Today's the 25th of November. Got some good news for you. It'll surprise you. It's subtle, but my God, what could be more subtle than what we've been telling you since whenever, okay? Again, forgive the mask. We wear the mask to cover up the, the glamour. Dental implants take a year completely. Yeah, they do. Just the bone grafts alone to heal are 5.5 months. The work before and after all that. We chose not to do the denture thing. Yuck. So we're sparing you that look long after the fashionableness of the COVID mask. Good news, I promise you. We've been talking about crazy things. Again, we just get information from you. I'm not joking. Everything we have, we got from you guys, and we share it with others. We are pretty sure didn't have it yet, as we don't have it. No, we didn't have it before we got it. So we're moving. We're on location in Palm Beach area. We joke a few umbrellas up the beach from Trump's Mar-a-Lago. That means ocean to lake in Spanish. Lago Lake, yeah. Pretty close. Anyway, so we're doing this. We're parked doing a podcast. They call it live. Some drive. While drive, they're talking to the camera. We're so noble, we hold still. Yeah. We don't want to endanger people from, should the mask come off. Oh my God. No. In a crash. There won't be a crash. This is the good news. We've been telling you crazy things. I would call them that because we remind, unfortunately, of the scene. But Teddy Roosevelt was good for saying people who talk about how something is really bad but don't provide a solution are just whiners. They're whining. It's worse than that. They leave people inturbulated, feeling worse, and then they don't do anything about it. They might mean well. Anyway, we are telling you that we used to tell you in these other talks, reminding you, however we're doing that, we tell you, reminder of it's called the situation, which is defined as the farthest departure from an ideal scene, a sit. Like a sit rep is a situation report. So situation, the data, and the solution. Formally, that is really what we should be outlining as. So, the scene. Before the COVID shutdown for 2.5 years, we had enough to do. Then that was horrific. Half the globe is on its knees begging for a bowl of soup for things that weren't necessarily fully true. The people I know, they're not vax deniers. They're people who think that you should have the right to, do a vax or not. You see, that's all. There's nothing. I don't think the media tells you what the bulk of the people are doing. With some businesses we're told, like IBM, and those are big companies, right? But a little business, just 100 people or more, was not allowed to have its people go back to work. Like this woman that owns a couple of restaurants, fast food, got a lot of people, right? She has a few restaurants. Those kids are not allowed to go back unless they have a shot. And the mothers are scared to death because they didn't feel they really knew. I mean, the kids are healthy. What do you. And of course, we see that Pfizer, one of the big makers of the vaccines, right, just paid the largest criminal fine in Department of Justice history, $1.3 billion for fraudulent advertising. Yeah, getting people to scare people, whatever. Yeah, you didn't know about it because they're the largest buyers of the media, Big Pharma. I'm big into Big Pharma. I tell you, when I have an infection, I'll run stop signs to get the antibiotics. Come on, that isn't the point. Anti-doctors, no. Break an arm, I'm already there. Fix it, help, set it back in place. Multi-skin, piercing, compound fracture. What did I have? Linear fracture of the distal phalli, that's a broken knuckle. Linear, line, fracture, distal is the outer finger, and phalli, phalange. Fancy words they tell you when they're wrapping you up. But the fact is, they ain't going to stay home and go, oh, it isn't there. It didn't happen, it isn't real, it doesn't need the doctor. So I don't think the media tells you that most people are kind of the way we're gibbering and jabbering here. The whole point is, we've been telling you about, oh God, it is, I mean, people are being attacked. Some of these actresses are not necessarily big names, but the ones you recognize currently in series are being dropped by their agencies because they dare to speak up with a heart, soul, and a pulse. So, gee, stop killing these Palestinians. Oh, you're a terrorist. Really? Guy's beating up a 3-year-old girl and you go to slow up the real estate. It's moving pretty fast, right? You're a terrorist? Yeah. Oh, really? I see. Because you're against something that Doesn't have much to do with anything. So they support Palestine. And who? The Jews are the leading monster groups that have been speaking up. God, guys, what are you doing? What are you killing those people for? And they're called self-hating Jews. Anyway, the walls are closing in. Now, the greatest wall, my favorite wall of all of them, an amazing wall, is a surprise individual. Elon Musk was being attacked because he bought Twitter. And the reason he bought Twitter, all the months until it closed, he was taking all these slings and arrows and bullets. We never knew why. Well, because Twitter, like all platforms, were not allowed to mention the word COVID. You know, the pharmacy, the government, shut down, couldn't even mention it, you know. So, and whatever, he lets anybody on that wants to tell the truth, as long as they're not harmful or something, no. So he's attacked as if he's anti-Semite, because he's what, anti-genocide. Some people are anti-genocide, I guess, and they call it anti-Semite. So he allowed those people to speak. So he's called anti-Semite. No, he's not anti-Semite. He's not anti-anything, except wrong or harm. So it turns out the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, as it's called, got advertisers blocked, extorted them, leveraged them, so they must drop their advertising. So suddenly Twitter goes from the 44 billion value that he and his friends together, institutions paid for, down to 4 billion. Then they say, maybe it's 11 or 18, right? And they admit they did it. ADL did it. He said, drop the A, their defamation league. Yeah. Yeah, it's fraud. And huge companies are dropping. All the big advertisers, Apple, Orange, you know, Tomato, all those big companies, yeah. Oh, God. Really? Lying about this guy. He's the most pro-survival, pro-people guy. Now, suddenly, here's the good news. This is the good news. I could have told it more A to B, but now there'd be something new in it. He's suddenly going over to Israel. He's going to meet with that guy. No, he's going to go to Israel and also to Gaza. He's donating all income, all advertising income for Twitter, which is X, to humanitarian food. Pay attention to his words. Regardless, humanitarianism should go to any people, regardless of their race, religion, or color. See, so he's being him when he goes over, and they know it, right? Now, if he's the big scare to these people that really like to do genocide, right? They'd have him killed, right? No. This is what's amazing. They know he's the good guy that's saving them from self-destruct. And I'm telling you what's he's gonna go there next week. Today's the 25th of November, 23rd, 2023, next week, whatever the numbers are. Yeah, he's gonna go over there, yeah. That's the way he is. He's not changing. Oh, he's not backing off. No, he sued, in fact, that Media Matters company for fraud. And the state attorney general in Texas is suing them too, investigating for fraud. Yeah, there were no people, no big companies had bad things lined up near them, Nazi type stuff. It's fraud. Go look it up. See, here it is, see? He had his lawyers. Musk is suing this slimeball, psychotic, anti-you guys company called Media Matters. He says they gamed the system. They gamed the Twitter or X system to force ads to show they were next to controversial content, such as anti-Semite or white nationalists. See, no, Media Matters did that. They forced some stuff. You see, that wasn't near the big advertisers. No one was near them. Yeah, very interesting. So the Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is doing a criminal investigation into Media Matters Salami. Yeah, we're actually defrauding. Deceptive activities defrauding Tesla from billions of dollars of value. Yeah, they went from 44 billion to now. Look at the mass exodus. All these people leaving, but Musk deals in the truth. He has able lawyers that can count to 10 and spell cat, and they speak. Yeah, interesting. So he nailed him again. This Media Matters criminal thing, and I'll tell you about the Israel visit in a minute. Okay, the Media Matters are being sued by Musk. Because they gamed the system. They gamed the Twitter, which is X system, to force ads to show that they're next to, forcing ads, legit advertising like Apple, Orange, and Peaches, and you know, and cauliflower. Apple, IBM, whoever, Apple, you're right, Microsoft. They're forcing those ads so that they would show next to some controversial content, such as anti-Semitic, whatever, or Nazi, which they put there. They might have put them there, yeah? This group might be being paid to take down. Forced to put there. They game the system by forcing ads of legit people to show that they're next to controversial content. Right. Ah, interesting, yeah. Because again, the ADL admitted that they blocked advertisers. That's fraud. That's criminal conduct. From advertising. And they admit they got caught. Musk has no back down. Those aren't humans. Those aren't Jews. Those are evil people. When they get caught, they say they're anti-Semite. Really? Oh, anti-genocide is anti-Semite? So Musk is making the trip. And here's the craziest good news. We told you that and we thank this guy. What's his name? Hubbard. We like him. Why should another person, oh gosh, have to remind us that all of us are basically good? All beings, even the wrongdoers right now, are basically, underneath, they're still good. How can they be bad before they decided to be? You see? So he gave you all the data in the last talk before this one yesterday on the 24th, on the 23rd, and on and on. Okay. So, Musk is going over. He's going to donate all of the entire company's income. And even though there's other outside investors that bought it, he didn't buy it alone. No, institutions, no. Gee, maybe they're good guys too. Yeah, they're owners, right? But you'll see that in the news. All of its income, period, which is advertising, is going, or all of its income, if that's their only income, probably is, toward humanitarian aid over there. He's always been that way, both sides. The Israel people, they lost what? Some hundreds. And some say it's a false flag thing they did to themselves to get licensed to go and murder. Now, 14,000 humans just trapped, apartheid for 75 years. 14,000 murdered, close to 30,000 wounded, 2,700 missing, and families over there digging by hand in the rubble for body parts. Rubble, buildings. Were those terrorists? Were the buildings a terrorist? Were the 14,000 Palestinian civilians terrorists? Really? Where's the terrorists? They've never been able to show one. They say, we have. They control the media saying Hamas is this, Hamas is that. Where are they? They might, the president of Egypt and Turkey have said, Hamas, that's not a terrorist group. That's an independent group, kind of like a freedom fighter that'll stick up for a friend whose religion is being threatened. That you haven't had a right to know that doesn't mean that it isn't fact. We have intel. I mean, we're old school. I'm kind of dumb. The Harvard deal, the Marine Corps, the Marines, the Olympics, platoon leader, and then Harvard. We're the old school, though. We're not this modern technology, whatever it is, modern thing called intelligence, intelligence, searching, scouting for, And they said, oh, God, Lord, look, we have facts, see, they're the control of the media, that there's a terrorist group headquartered in the basement, not sometimes, in the basement of the hospital, the biggest hospital, with 800 patients, and 8,000 adults sheltering in. They were told you can shelter in the hospitals and schools, and they go and blow them up. So good, they got intel, they've got these batty-watty guys, oh my God, my Lord, my Jesus. In the U.S., they put them in jail, they find them and put them in jail, right? They don't blow up the high school or the hospital, no, they get the guy, right? So where's the guy? No, they blow up the hospital. But there are 12 ambulances convoying, trying to leave, they blew them up. Blew them up. So Musk is a threat to bringing truth to that guy, and thus they call him an anti-Semite in the U.S. No, they won't try and kill him. No, because they are golden souls underneath. I know this is kind of scratchy, wild, like we aren't real structured and formal and nicey-wicey, sweetie pie. No, we're like a coach coming in the locker room at halftime and saying, guys, we kind of got to do something here, a little sort of, what do you think? Interesting, yeah. Kind of got to do that, Yeah. It's spur of the moment. We're not justifying, we're just telling you we deal in that reality of present time. Things newly in present time. Please get a Goldberg to repeat. You know, it says here. Tesla CEO Elon Musk expected next week to visit Israel. Aid to all, regardless of race, religion, or color. Oh, but he nails that lying little do Media Matters, who gave this. Musk don't back down. No. And he nailed the ADL and a defamation league, right? And they said, okay, we admit it, but we don't. That was then. We don't still do it. Oh, they're getting everybody they can. Someone's gonna pay. Remember, truth is the only thing that'll pierce 16-inch armor plate. Remember that. You have a guy locked up in jail, but the guy coming by with a book cart to get books to the prisoners, he whispers something to the book cart guy through steel bars, right? And the book cart guy tells it on the outside, see? Can't stop truth. The only thing that will pierce 16-inch armor plate. Well, the truth is, the people doing these atrocious things, as far as in this life, this time, this current period in our culture, are not bad people. Their actions aren't so good. But as beings, they aren't bad. That's what to work with. Musk didn't really have that as an education reminder from this guy, Hubbard, no. Although he has a couple of friends that are Scientologists. I see the pictures of him, one of my oldest friends. So, they're not going to have him bumped up, this threat to their wrongs. No, they know he's saving them without talking big. Aid to the few, hundreds of Israelis hurt and caught lying, remember? There were no beheaded babies. Where are the pictures? Oh, we wouldn't want you to see them, really? The woman who did that, this Israeli Channel 14 lady. Oh my God, you see this? They came there and said, is this you? And they play it. This is what's being done against you. Your billions. Oh God, look at this. I'm seeing beheaded baby. 50 beheaded babies. And then mothers burned in ovens, pulled them out, and others with knife stuck. Look at this, I'm seeing it. She knew it's coming. Well, I didn't see them. Some of those Israel soldiers said that other soldiers were told that some others saw them. 3 layers. Yeah. Biden. Google it. Oh, quote, oh, I've been around a long time, guys. Quote, and I never thought I would witness seeing pictures like these of mutilated babies. Oh, unquote. He couldn't say no, he didn't. Google, quote, the White House had to walk back Biden's, quote, his attestation of seeing the pictures of mutilated bodies and saying, well, he didn't see them. Somebody told him, and it's in the reporting. Oh, to get more billions out of your pocket when people are hungry since the COVID lockdown, 2.5 years. Over half the globe's on this planet begging for a bowl of soup, eh? So we promised we'd give you a message, but it's never A to B because we want you to have this sidebar go deep. Like when you talk to people, the way you talk to them, because you determine that's the way they need to be talked to have the right information. That's your call. It's your frontline thing. Don't see somebody else doing other things for you. So, there were no beheaded babies. There still aren't. The major groups are saying, conservatively over in the middle, there's still no evidence of actually any of this stuff. One bright guy said, with all those lies, you're sure it wasn't a false flag thing, and Israel had its own people harmed, giving up a few to get license to go and murder, to wipe out Palestine. Somebody said they don't care about Hamas, this story. That's like weapons of mass destruction. They didn't know. No, they want to steal Gaza. 2 weeks into the 5-week thing, over half of all the buildings of the 22-mile north and south are blown to rubble. And the schools and hospitals and churches and refugee camps. For 75 years, but a one-day hit against Israel, if it really did happen, maybe it did. I'm not biased, I don't know, or was it a false flag thing and really not? by another. No, it was done by themselves. The ability, some bright guy said, for someone to do something and get people to think someone else did it. 75 years. They're locked down. Yeah, captured in this strip here. 2.3 million people. Ethnic genocide, apartheid, world's largest open-air prison, and starved and suffocated, barely allowed a little food, water, medicine, and fuel. Always. And now totally shut up. Oh, that's about to change. Totally shut up. Starving. No fuel, so the hospitals can't run. They're in the dark. Doctors using their cell phone flashlights. Lucky they could charge them. Amputations on children being done without anesthesia. All these premature kids born laying out there on this flat thing, on this plastic sheet, with no oxygen to pump. The guys are pumped up by hand. And they're suddenly given an order to leave their land of the 2.3 trillion, 1.3 in the north. Leave. Move, because we're going to bomb it all. Because they're our imagined enemy. No, they aren't looking for Hamas. That's all the story. No, whether it's a Hamas or not, that isn't the senior reason. I'm told. Thank you. Telling others. Yeah, right here. No, they're stealing Gaza. They're telling them, oh, they can return. Why would you blow it up if you want to say they can return? They can't. And then they're allowed to leave. You bomb the exits, right? And you threaten to bomb any food convoy coming in, remember? And then you bombed it, and then you let them in, and then you only let a little in that wouldn't last very long, yeah. 15, 17 trucks. You need 500 a day to break even. 15 or 17, and then 20, and then a second and third time. What? Who are you to tell those people they can't have their life and their land, right? 9/11 is on the way. The globe is closing in. Hundreds of thousands in each, tens and hundreds of thousands, both, in each area around the globe, each city protesting. In the U.S., they went to the White House, tens of thousands, went up right there, right? And shook the fence, put red paint on the big pillar there, and then put their fingerprints. It is Genocide Joe. He's the one who said, but wait till you hear Musk. He's the one who said, no, there's never going to be a ceasefire. No, he says, there's, quote, Google, no hope ever of a ceasefire. None, unquote. Wait a minute. How would he know? Well, he's the guy doing it. It's his money. Oh, they shut down in a hurry without the money, yeah. Norway. I told you. It doesn't matter if it's Norway beating up Sweden. Guys, ethics and sanity, right, and justice are generic. Guy's beating up a little 3-year-old girl. I don't know if he's a Catholic, Protestant, or whatever, a Muslim or an Izzy. I don't know what he is. He can't beat that little girl up. Real estate's going by kind of fast. They're going to slow it up, persuade him not to, you know. Yeah. My goodness, hey. So, but the media, they're controlling the media, saying Hamas says this, Hamas says that. A captured Hamas guy said, we were told to do whatever we want to do. Really? He isn't saying that. You're saying that. Yeah. I know people who used to say, oh, yeah, the media, they're corrupt. Like Trump says, they're your enemy. I mean, your enemy. They're your enemy. My friends, oh, my God, my Republic clan friends, oh, my God, of 100 years. Oh, well, yeah. I've been a Republican 182 million years. Now I'm independent, so I can tell people in public the same truth that tell myself at home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, media's terrible. Oh, yeah, the smarty guys say, oh, it's terrible. Really? But you're obeying it. Ah! You're so bright, not quite bright. Einstein, come on. I like Al. He's the one who said, you know, I do not, a while back, Google it. I do not know what weapons will be used to fight World War III, but I do know what weapons will be used to fight World War IV, sticks and stones. I like him also because Al Einstein, besides 2 and 2 is 4, he said, you know, he says a negative person will always find a problem for every solution. I like that guy. He's one of the great, great, great people, you know, as you know from the past. We sound like we're biased to favoring Jews. Well, I favor greatness. They're a tiny bunch, and oh my God, clueless how bright the magnitude. I was the only non-Jew in the bunch when I grew up, so I've known these guys. They're just clueless monsters of greatness. Clueless. Yeah. This rabbi, Yaakov Shapiro, popped up. Somebody presented him. He's a lectured author, 30 years, a real moderate guy. He said, guys, religion, Jews are religion, not an ethnicity, nor a nationality. Stolen, whatever. Musk is going over there. I'm ranting and raving. I didn't quite get A to B elected to do sidebar stuff. And by the way, I was reminded of this. If these guys have been doing wrongs, remember, they're the only ones that ever have. No, we've done wrong. It doesn't justify theirs. And we might say, how can ours compare to theirs? Well, to the wife I violate, everything is gone. She can't even think of voting or politics, being a soccer mom, a Girl Scout mom, cooking, cleaning, taking the kids to school, to medicine, to medical. No, nothing. It's over. I ruined her. It's small. No, it's her whole world. But the good news is everybody has both every right and ability to fix something. Because beings created things. Things didn't create beings. Ooh, I like that one. Where'd that come from? I don't know. And people doing wrongs, remember, weren't doing wrongs before they're doing wrongs. And wrongs, I read this by Hubbard. Google some of his stuff. Check it out. Well, they were the first whistleblowers. Big Pharma. So Big Pharma pays a couple people to say things. Oh, God. No, they're not a religion. Scientology, religion, or church. Oh, God, no more of that. No. They are in the oldest, truest sense of the definition of religion, which goes way back, and simply, you are one because you address people as a being, a spirit, or a soul. They don't add or cancel any religions. They actually work toward helping all these different, I never knew this when you church grew, to achieve what they were trying to achieve, spiritual awareness or reawakening, to find out that they're a being again. You don't have a soul. That's the catch to all this. No, you don't have a soul. That's all. You've been so lied to, such defrauding, cheating, using you by saying you have a soul. You don't have one. No, sorry. You are one. You are the soul and have a body. Okay, so all they have at that Scientology place is a way to enable you to find out things that you already know. You're the one that knew them in the first place, but we have, all of us, some more, some less, some this or that, I suppose, having traveled through time, layers of life that tug us down, they combat us, and that's what you're getting. We're not justifying these wrongs, just rattle them off. 14,000 women and children are the bulk of it. The kids are close to half, dead, mutilated, blown up. They have real pictures of them. Yeah, stretchered out with a head dangling, hanging by the neck, by the skin of the neck. Kids. One little boy got his foot blown off, lower leg. Yeah, I don't see that at the Israel one. Total fraud. Yeah. So these actresses in Hollywood are being canceled because they're called terrorists, because by helping support Palestine, they're a terrorist because Hamas is the terroristic branch of Palestine. It couldn't be a bigger lie. Boy, that's a good one, Yep. So let's blow up all the buildings. It's not even having a switchboard to pair a phone call. Why do you blow up the buildings? Where's this guy? If you know he's there, go capture him. Headquarters, this is fact. Obviously, if it's fact, you're going to blow the building. Why didn't you just go grab the guys? Your grabbers now, the incredible increase of attacks on people in the West Bank. That the first was Gaza. No, they're beating up people, shooting them, capturing, beating them bloody, and even Biden spoke and said, now you can't be doing that. These settlers telling people to get out of the house, beating them up, shooting them, stomping their heads, knee on foot on the head. Sure, that's real, right? And Biden says, they shouldn't be doing that. Oh, God, Jesus, they shouldn't be doing that. We're going to look at it, and those people will answer. Those one or two? That's just a few dozen. No, a few hundred. I killed a couple hundred now. How about the 14,000? Well, Biden and his Blinken guy there say, we object to those kind of things that you're using our billions. 156 billion just in the last 16 years. Before the 75 years of that. And now 105 or 110 more billion to do it. For occupy, the guy without the shirt occupying Ukraine, same thing. Same bunch. Laura Ingraham on Fox admitted, he hollowed out our treasury by 140 billion to extort that Russia will finally blow the U.S. up that it deserves. 9/11 was a micro, tiny, whiny, itty-bitty down payment, guys. Down payment. You don't know what you got coming. Yeah. You're going to get the 9/11 only big time. Wherever. Why? Jeez. Why? That's what these people are talking. You push them. Biden insults Putin as being like Hamas because he isn't speaking up against Hamas. Hamas? Well, that ain't the problem. Is Hamas blowing up the buildings? See? And murdered 14,000 people. Close to half are just children. And the 2/3, whatever, are women and children. Is Hamas doing that? Oh, they said. They control the rest. Said that they blew their own people up. A misfire of their own, of Palestine. No, they're calling Palestine Hamas, terrorists, same thing. A misfire and blew it so hot. Well, we're looking into the circumstances. Yeah, I see a hospital blown up. Why? All of them are being blown up. Telling people to march from their own land. Who are you? From up north, 1.3 million to go down to south. South guys, right? They can't. They're too weak. They're just going to have to die with dignity in place, they said. Nowhere to go. Nothing safe down there. Now you're bombing the South Gaza. And you're saying, oh, ho, ho, look at this deal. If you give us a few of our people back, if that's really what's going on. Yeah. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't know. I'm not biased. I don't know. If you give us some back, then we'll stop murdering you for 4 days. What? Hamas. They're saying Hamas to give back. You don't know who's doing this. So far, they haven't found any evidence. This is lacking evidence. They're saying that there are ever people in the basement of the big hospital. So, Biden, there's a law in this universe, Mr. Puppy Dog. Quote, it's an observed law. You will inherit the condition you fail to assign. If somebody's being an enemy or a murderer, you're an enemy or a murderer. Yeah. And he's the one paying for it. And we praise Biden. I do. Biden did something not politically incorrect, political suicide. He yet got you out of Afghanistan after 20-some years, 2 trillion and all these millions. Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran, all that thing, right? Woo! God, his own people jumped ugly, and so did the Fox News guys saying, boy, I know he's told us the other day, we're going to keep... Boy, he got blood on his hands now, huh? So that we don't have more on ours. What? No one, I've worked since the Reagan days forward, guys. No one has ever made a move like that. They got 120 or 30,000 people out of Afghanistan in 2 weeks with airplanes. And then you go and attack them saying, oh, Biden, he didn't let those 6 airplanes leave. Oh, they'll get killed. Their own country said, guys, without passports and visas, you won't be able to land. Ooh. See, so you're not being told the truth. You own all this. You own all the media and everything. You and I do stuff to it. When you vote, you know you own. Right. Way to go. The interview guy saying you're going to vote. He said, no. The interview showed, no. Why not? Because others aren't. They don't tell you about the other guy. Well, it leaked out. You're going to vote? Yeah, why? Because others are too. You own it, you control it. Yep. Yep. I'm giving theory, la-di-da, utopia, but you did a good job, guys. Don't worry about me. Don't count me in goofing up. No, I've never done that. So, Trump, you know, it's Elon. The dog, my man, sup? He's going over there. He ain't afraid. No. Why? Because they like him. They like him. We told you the other day, you know, they'll start, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, right? Woo-hoo! A woman chewed out, right? No fury like 2 brothers apart, asunder. 2 brothers that are pulled apart, no fighting like them, right? These guys, the Bibi guys, and I told you I'm a big fan of Bibi. It's crazy to tell you that, but I do. I have my reasons. Yeah, I just do. I like him. Bibi, not the one goofing up. Ooh, jeez. These guys, the Palestinians and the Jews, they did not hate each other or dislike each other before they evolved some dislike and hate. Nope. No. All beings basically good. How can it be bad before it decided to be? Right. Yeah. And the fact is that the trouble, the bad, the horrible, the terrible dealings, those are an artificiality. Wrongs are an artificiality, and Johnny come lately you mentioned. Thereafter, that's a secondary thing, the second postulate. Always based on a primary one where those weren't there. How can there be a disagreement before there's an existence? An existence didn't have a condition or a negative one, just there, hanging, living in the same area. The Italians and the Irish and the Swedish and the Polish and the Norwegians, did I say that? And the Danish and the Christians and the Michians and all of them lived in that area called Palestine. Then there was a little wiggling and bribing and whatever, where England and Egypt got together and gave the area to the group to call Israel and kicked the people out. Murdered hundreds of thousands of them. Imprisoned the rest ever since. Because of the weaponized Bible real estate guide, right? They said this Abraham Accord, kind of neat. Trump got his son-in-law to go over there and declare that, really? Get you blown up, right? It says 2,700 years ago, God told a guy, a prophet named Abraham, 27 years ago, to come down and get the U.S. billions and blow up these people. That's called talking English, people, meaning to actually communicate. Hey, there are other things going on besides that. The whole migration, 1/3 of Venezuela has dropped down to Colombia because of the horrors that have been going on. You know, we moved in our sanctions, steal their oil, and then if they speak up, we sanction them. Yeah. We say, oh, it's that evil leader. Sure, when you go in and blow things up and pull out, withdraw, there's a vacuum and you get a nasty leader. So let's blame him. Yeah. We're into dictating, controlling. We might lift bans and stuff. Sanctions. What the hell? Who are you to sanction? You! They're doing it in your name. Don't do it in thy name. No. So we're just giving a little noise, a little gab. The difference today, people, is this. The difference today. There's a slight difference. Musk is going over next week, today's Saturday. Yeah. You know, hang, pull a cork, you know, sip a beverage with his buddy, his dog, Bibby. He don't dislike Bibby. He'd like me? No. I know he doesn't. And Bibby don't dislike him. He's coming over, not because he's coming over with some money for aid. Aid, schmaid, Kool-Aid, come on. For Jews, the few that got hurt. Compared to 14,000 murdered, close to 30,000 wounded. Yeah. And Musk does not own Twitter X. No, other investors and institutions put dough into that brat. Yeah. He must have gotten their okay. Of course, they'd like it. He's ahead of us. He's just telling that that's where the money's going to go. What money's left? I don't know. The Zionists, that's what the Jew groups call the people that weren't big, nice Jews. What do you call what do you call them? Pastors? The Jewish, or the Catholic ministers, pastors, right? Huh? What do you call those guys? That rape kids. They call them rapists. Yeah. The Catholic priests, right? When someone's rapes or molested little kids, they call them rapists, not priests, okay? Yeah. Catholic priests going over there having coffee. Nice guys look like nice guys to me. They damn right they're nice guys, but they didn't handle it. What they call Castro? He's a Cuban and the Catholic like on, right? And if you spoke up effectively against communism, I was there. Look for him in the Marines. I was looking, right? If you spoke up effectively against communism, have you killed? What did he call him? A Catholic? No, they call him a killer. He's a commie killer. Yeah, I didn't like him. And his little brother Raul. They both got to go. You know what I'm saying? Good underneath, but if we don't want to enjoy our chair side of getting them to return, not be good, but to return to the golden souls that everybody is. Sounds like a lot of wild and crazy talk. We don't organize these, obviously. No. We've told you before a lot of this stuff. No. Musk. You know what one reporter did with Musk? Musk, what are you doing? What do you mean? You just gave away all your methods of how to make electric cars to all the other car companies in the world, the U.S. before you sold any, made any money. Why? He said, well, if we're in a boat, she's sinking, we're up in front with a good bucket that bails effectively, wouldn't you loan the design of that bailing bucket to the guys in the back of the boat, huh? Yeah. He started to cut down pollution. It's just one of the ways. Yeah. He got that rocket thing going. Mine, like musical chairs, like, well, like a pipe organ. He works with NASA. He gets the rocket to go up and come back down. When that one comes down, another goes up. They're 1/10 the cost. They're saving them. They got a little boat out in the water with the catchers catching the damn thing and bringing her back and line it up. What's up? Instead of spending billions, they spend, I don't know, coffee money. I don't know. It's kind of neat, you know? He's there to help. Yeah. He ain't no anti-Semite. He ain't no anti-nobody. No. He's this humanitarian aid. He doesn't know anybody's. It's for all people, race, religion, or color. He's going as a whole and complete guy. Integrity means all of the parts, the math word, integral, integer, all those fancy words, math. It means integrity means all the parts. He's going over there, the same old guy. And if they didn't like him, they wouldn't want him there. Or is it a trap to kill him? No! He's not dumb enough to go into a trap. He's got a security guys. Oh, hell, they could bomb all that. He could be bombing this guy. No, they like him. That's why I like Bibi. Not because of the junk who? Trump? No, wait. Biden? No. Nixon? No, who? Me? No. No, because he is there. Me on Bibi now. I like Bibi. I'm his number one fan in all the universes, in all the galaxies. And Trump's. And Biden, I just told you why. And don't start me on his wife, Jill. I don't give a damn if you think it doesn't sound like being a Republican. I don't give a damn. Where have you ever seen a more beautiful, sane, precious, golden heart and soul in Miss America? She ain't no politician. Jill Biden, she's a protector, a guardian, 30 years of little kids. She's a teacher. And her girlfriend said, yeah, fat chance you're going to be teaching now, Jill. You're in the second floor residence of the White House, right? She'll find a way. She didn't do it for us to know. I do. What's up? She's the guardian. Here's what happened to her. You go in the newsstand, right? Go in the supermarket, see the magazine thing, and there's these books about, let's see, the Bush family, the Trump family, the Obama family, the Biden family, all that, right? Yeah. So here's a Biden, and open them. There she is. The story about her, I'm just, my heart pounds. She's a little girl with her little sister. And some mean bully comes by and throws worms on her little sister. They cried and crumbled. Really? I don't think so. She walked her little sister home. That bully's big, twice as big as both of them. Finds out where he lives. Knocks on the door. The fool shows up and he's double her size. She rears back and smacks that guy. He all done. And she said, I guess you won't be throwing worms on my sister. I don't think that guy would be doing much to nothing. Yeah, integrity. Her integrity to herself is more important than her body or her immediate life. Yeah, it's part of the Code of Honor. Hubbard pointed out that all of us had when we first began way back from day one. Yeah, it's built in, the Code of Honor. 15 or 22 parts, roughly, called, what do they call it, precepts? Look it up. Look up the Scientology Code of Honor. No, it's a discovery of ours. Number one is never desert a comrade in need, in danger, or in trouble. Comrade in trouble. Never desert a comrade in need, in danger, or trouble. Well, if they're in trouble, got in trouble. Why bother? Because they're a comrade. They can get in trouble. Most wrongs done, I like Hubbard saying, they weren't done because somebody was evil. No, they're done to solve a problem. The guy knows it's wrong, got in the corner of whatever. You're starving on an island. You'll take another's food, some of it, and leave a note saying, sorry, you took it, I'll pay you back with some. See? Some wrongs are worse than ours. We're talking about big wrongs. We're not doing this because we're going to see World War III if we don't. We are going to. No. Trump said, oh, God, if I were presidente, now, not only would there never be this talk about World War III, no, we are heading to one. No. He's an amazing guy when he's being him. Yeah. That interview with Caitlin Collins. And this Joe Rogan guy, I don't know, he played it. She said, Trump, let me ask you. We keep telling you this because this is what people really are. Thank God it came up. Trump, who do you want to win or who should win or who's right, Russia or Ukraine? He's no. She don't know. Answer my question, Trumper. Who, Russia or Ukraine? He says, listen, you can't be having any of these people being killed. It doesn't matter. None. That's Trump without the he says and the whatabouts, okay? He's done that a lot. He's so sane But he says so many dumb things, real dumb, just globally destructive drama. Yeah. People say they stole the election. No, he gave it away. Yeah. The big interview, Trump, this is important, and Bill O'Reilly, but before he was elected in 16, O'Reilly, the fair and balanced guy, right? He said, he told us this the other day, we tell it a lot because we like it. Trump, you say Putin's a good guy, but Putin's a killer, comma, and Trump says, and I quote, hey, lots of killers out there, comma, you don't think that we're so innocent, do you? One, he doesn't like killing. Hello? He'd done a lot of wrongs, had Michael Cohen doing a lot of wrongs to people, so they wouldn't sue for unpaid bills. But this is Trump, and this is a guy that we all are when you shed the junk. The solution is, there's a free course online. You can do this. Scientology. PVI, Personal Values and Integrity course. You just have to go in and pay for it. Not that it's a lot, but hey, we don't need to go in there. Do it online. Free with a live supervisor, not just the help button, a live person. Yeah. You can clean up. It's a format. It's like the Catholic confessional. You go to a screen, right? I'm not a Catholic, but it's incredibly precious, priceless. You go into a screen, the dark screen, and say, "Dear Father, for I've sinned," and the old joke about it. He thanks you for the phone numbers of the women. Joke. It's not a joke. There's nothing joking about. God. I can tell someone I trust, and you better believe you can trust that priest, and unburden the soul. Nothing like it. Except they turn it over to God or whatever, rather than I got to go next door, knock on the neighbor's door, and say, all right, I'm going to hit the ball through the window, and I'll fix it. Oh, you're a good lad. The point is, it doesn't have to be money owed or physical repair. It can be just cleaning my world up with a wife, okay? Because it is a marriage. The Trump with us, the Biden with us, the Bibi with us. These are the people. It's a format. You can, at home, in the safety of your home, look it up. Personal Values and Integrity course, PGI. Call them, ask them. Look it up online. It's free. It shows you how to write down the things you've done in a specific way per the law of physics. If you write it now, it can't. No two things can occupy the same space in the same time. See the car in the parking lot in that one place? How many are there? You mean for the whole lot? No, in that one slot. What do you mean in the one slot? Only one car can fit in one slot, right? It's the law of physics. That Chevrolet there, the pickup, is a Ford. You have two in the same spot, law of physics. If you write down right now what it was and the four parts, time, place, form, and event, exactly, it makes the thing back then vanish. Time, you see, I hit the neighbor's car in the parking ramp. My friend's car. Caused 500 damage. I didn't leave a note. Write that down. Here's what I did. Then the four parts. Time, when it was, which is a then, back then. Place, where it was, there, not here. Form, what it was. And then event, the result, or who nearly found out, right? If you do that exact thing, you see, it makes an exact duplicate of the thing back then anyway. You can look it up, look up the words. It's free. Get it free. I don't know. So it releases, like you're telling the Catholic priest, brother, no pun intended, that is a relief, unburdening of the soul. It is priceless. You thank him to Jesus for the incredibly, indescribably grateful help. Yes, yes, yes. That is nothing but gold, telling your misdeeds to a Catholic priest. Nothing but pure gold. Now, ain't no Catholic, no. That's not the point. But a completeness is done when you tell it this way, and it releases in your universe. Ready? I feel good, right? Like when you tell the preacher feels good. But it also, when you do it this way, releases in the universe the mind, the soul of the other guy. They actually have a course, a rundown in counseling called the Suppressed Person Rundown. Suppress, sub means below, like submarine. Press means to push down, to squash it and make less of you, to harm you. For the fancy protection of the suppressor, the imagined protection of the suppressor, which Israel is doing with Hamas. They're doing with Palestine. They're not an enemy, no. Nor is Iran, no. We've all done it. They've all done it. We start thinking somebody's bad because they might be, or they might find out about stuff. You tell it in this rundown in session. Suppressed person rundown. I was suppressed. Some guy way back years ago, don't know where he lives, what's the state, haven't talked to him. He did this stuff to me. Oh, feels terrible. You tell it and get rid of it. Okay, good. Then he come up to the level, is there anything I might have done? What do you mean? I just told you what he did. Okay, I got that. That's real. Do it again. Was there anything I might have done? Oh, no way. Look what I did. Jeez, look what I did to Sam back then. Oh, my God, I'm the one that brought this on. I needed to have, right? And now it releases for you, it releases for him, and the rundown isn't done until he sends a positive communication to you. Well, you don't know each other for years. What state haven't taught you know where you're, right? Yeah, but think of this. When you think of something, right, and the phone rings, right? You didn't use bodies to talk. You as a being and not thing got another being and not thing to get a thing, a body, to have a phone call. Okay, good. He'll send a letter. He'll find you. You as a being got to him as a being in this rundown, in session, or do it, write it up at home, free in the safety of your home. Oh no, you do that. This is important, and Musk hasn't had to do this. Bibi hasn't done it yet, but Bibi's kind of bypassing it, shortcutting the whole thing. I just know this guy by the same way you know him. Look at him. Yeah, he means well. It got a little extreme. He's harming people. The U.S. has been doing this for a long time, invading other, regime change nations like Central America, and nothing with Bibi, believe me. No, we've been doing this a long time. The great nation, but a couple of rogue actors. So, suddenly, the guy that you did something to, he releases, and he sends it to friendly communication. You don't have to do the rundown, the suppressed person rundown, in one of the centers and people. No, just write down what you did by the format. It's free online. PVI, personal values and integrity code. You tell it specifically the way it shows there, and guess what? It releases, and he suddenly, and all the voters that Trump violated will suddenly vote for him. All the people that Bibi violated, they'll forgive him because you can't kill beings, you can kill their bodies, which isn't good. Anyway, yeah, it's just the way it is, really. It's fantastic. Not good, not great, fantastic. So, long story short, Musk is going over. He doesn't talk, well, I'm right and you're wrong, I'm good and you're bad. No, he's got none of that crap. The media is really, they're jumping ugly on him, trying to make you think, oh, God, the desperation to demonize a guy that's looking out for you. This selfless guy, this amazing guy. He has a boring company. Why, they're boring? No, boring. I mean, only so many cars can be above the ground. There's so many layers of ramps and stack. There's no limit to underground. They bore down. The boring got bored down to the tunnels to lighten the load of the traffic in the cities. Yeah, got this going, got that going for you. Yeah. He didn't have any money, didn't set out to make any money. Ends up inadvertently, accidentally, by helping you, all this money. He and his brother, they started a bunch of little companies, and then this one, PayPal, Peter Thiel, the big Silicon Valley investor in those big companies. Musk, his brother, what's his name, and then Peter Thiel, one of the four of them, launched PayPal. And when they sold out, Musk took his whatever cut, a lot of money, over $1 billion or something, and they launched Tesla. And his family put some of their dough in because they were into the PayPal deal. He said to them, no, he didn't say you might lose. He said it is 90% that you will lose your money because he's launching an electric car company against the fossil fuel thing. He's the one who said a while back, hold on, wait a minute. Don't cut down the gas supply anymore. The fuel. No, we'll go out of business. No, keep that going. In fact, add a little. Yeah, it's called being a manager telling the truth. Do you remember that? He said, no, don't stop the fuel for the car. God, no, we aren't electric yet. No, you'll dry it up. Come on. That's the guy who went in charge. He can't be president because he wasn't American born, They're looking at The Rock. They wanted him, but he didn't want to do it yet. No, Tucker. Now they're saying Tucker might be Trump's running mate. That's been in the hopper for a while. Yep. He denounced Trump incredibly a while back, but now he says, well, no, But the format, the template of Trump, it was the best. He just let it get out of hand with other people wrecking it. Yeah. Reagan was very good. Yeah. Trump had a platform very Reagan-like, very Teddy Roosevelt-like, but it got out of hand. Well, now when he gets up to say, guys, we messed up, we left the program get on the line and we're going to do it right. You can believe him because he'll have done this program where he got rid of all his junk. He confessed it and cleaned up in his universe, and he cleans up in all the voters' universes, the Democrat guys. I've been running stop signs to vote for him, or whoever. Biden can do the same thing. Oh, everybody's got a right to do it. When you see a guy like Biden, I don't mean to confuse you, who has actually pulled you out of Afghanistan. Guys, between you and me, there ain't no nothing saner than that. To stop killing? I mean, yeah. How do you get saner than that? You don't. No, Democrat is a Eurocrat, Republican, Eurocrat. No, independent, yeah. And RFK Jr., he's running, but he was going to run on the Democrat ticket. They can't stand him because he told the truth of COVID in Ukraine, right? He's not a politician. He's never been a politician. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., no, he's an advocate lawyer. So he's kind of denounced or degraded so that maybe he wouldn't be able to win. Anyway, things are open. We'll talk about that next time. These aren't politics. They're called ethics and survival. Politics became a nasty word. It meant policymakers, so let's have it that way. So anyway, we're here for all of you. Now, I think Bibi, why do I say I want Bibi in there, if I may say? Because when you have a person that big, not just because they got themselves elected, but he's that big. Trump's that big, you clean those guys up. You have some sweetie pie guys that are really straight, ethical, and sane, but they're not as big. Although Tulsi Gabbard, I mean, my God, Jill Biden, Tulsi Gabbard, how do you, and Laura Ingraham, now that you went from dirty brown Latins, my fellow friends are dirty brown really, to being a Nobel Prize worthy woman. She and Tucker went from garbage mouth to calling. And Trump recently did dumb again, calling these people, they poison our country. Really? Those of you that are killing it are saying someone else poisoned it? Well, they aren't what they did, people. Trump, bump, slump, gump, schmump. No, this isn't small what they did. No. Nothing small when it's big. And when it messes up with a wife, that may seem small, not to her. No, it's her whole world is over. When our nation's leader messes up, it's over. Hubbard wrote, I like this Hubbard guy, he said, the U.S. is counted on to be the kind of the beacon, the torch, the light, the leadership, and he said, for every last breath in his life, Hubbard said he will fight to keep that going. Hubbard said, yeah, it's just a great country, yeah. But the others are too, you know. So anyway, Musk is going to see Bibi. I'm telling you in advance what will happen. I'm cheating. I can tell it because I just told you how he operates. For those of you who hadn't seen it, some of you shared it with me. What he does, thank you. I'm sharing it with you others who didn't know what Musk does. These great stories, I didn't know them. I don't know. It is just super great, fantastic. He and Bibi will pull a cork, you know, have a sip. What's up? You know, I know they will. Yeah, they'll be fine. He's already told you what he's saying. That he ain't changing. He didn't back down when there's people destroying Twitter because they got too close to the ethnic genocide guys. And when you speak up, they say you're anti-Semite. Really? Anti-genocide? Those aren't Jews. Jews are the big gang leaders. They're the groups, the biggest and bestest leaders of this. Geez, save Palestine. But they're called Hamas and terrorists. Really? Well, they're the best. The Jews. They're the best. They call them self-hating Jews. No. And the people who are misbehaving, you know, call them Jews. They call them Zionists. I guess that's the differentiation. I said before, I don't know all that fancy stuff. I don't need to know. But a priest didn't molest kids. A molester molested kids. You bet a priest over there? Those are guys you have coffee with. Those are good guys. Come on. But they didn't do something about it. See? No priest ever molested. No such thing as a bad cop. I heard a guy say it right there in Gene. There's no bad cop. No. A cop over here saving lives, I've seen him. I worked on jumping in canals in Florida with alligators to grab somebody out, and then the car tipped over. Boy, give me a break. Cars, two guys, two the dash cam, two police racing side by side to get to this car that's on fire, and there's a guy inside. They don't have the fire truck there and the asbestos glove. They're bashing the window with their flashlight, reaching it, and unbuckle the guy. But while they're doing it, they're getting their arms burned. They don't have anything to cover their arms. And they together pull that guy out of that car. 10, 20, 30, 40 feet. Boom, it blows up. They could have blown up. They always blow up after a while. It's like a pressure stuff. Don't call them bad. This guy over here ain't a bad cop. A guy doing bad things isn't a cop. It's a guy doing bad things. Basics. I like Bibi because he's going to roll back to what things used to be. Okay? He won't become good. No, you can't. You already are. Get him to pivot back to being good. Reagan did it with Gorby. He got him to pivot to being himself. We'll be back, guys. We'll tell you more. All right.